Hi there, and welcome to our presentation. Now, I'm going to start off by stating a fact that many of you would already know. 77% of Australians have never viewed a basketball game. Now, this leaves a large portion of the market for the NBL to obtain their viewership from. While conducting a situational analysis and looking into the operations of the business, we were able to identify a lot of opportunities and a lot of chances for growth. Now, throughout this presentation, my colleagues and I will be taking you through two viable ideas that we believe are great opportunities for the NBL to expand their base into two tiers of non-customers. The first pitch idea is related to the video gaming industry, where over 60% of Australians are actually video gamers. The second pitch idea is related to the education industry, which will allow the NBL to interact with young minds and expose them to the likes of basketball and get them engaged in the sport. As can be seen on this slide, in regards to both pitch ideas, we have taken into consideration blue ocean strategies and tools. My colleagues and I will be discussing these tools alongside the implementation tactics and the budgeting requirements for the client. I will now hand over to my colleague Jose to introduce the first pitch idea.
So for our first blue ocean strategy, we'll be prioritizing the video games industry. The gaming industry is an immense market with a total population of 3.7 billion and an ideal way to facilitate reach. Our plan is to collaborate with mainstream video game developers, predominantly looking at the hit game Fortnite, developed by Epic Games. Epic Games have a history in collaborating with mainstream celebrities, but have yet to partner with existing sports leagues. We intend to make this a possibility by adding playable character models within the game based on NBL's top 5 players. This enables NBL to integrate Australian basketball culture into the video gaming world. Additionally, we would also be creating an NBL exclusive game mode within Fortnite, where winners are entitled to NBL themed digital collectible NFTs. The categories of non-customers we'll be focusing on for this strategy is unexplored non-customers. These are consumers commonly found in non-related industries that have never been made aware of NBL's programs. We believe that the most appropriate strategic path is Path 1, looking across alternative industries, given NBL's lack of exposure amongst industries outside of sports. Let's start off with our strategy canvas as is, where we'll be looking at NBL's main competitor, Big Bash League. NBL's main strengths are cheaper ticket prices, higher accessibility due to variety in streaming channels, matches being more engaging due to length of game time, and availability of food hospitality options. Big Bash League's strengths are its player star power, with one of the top players reaching a 2 million follower base on Instagram, and national boundaries as nearly 60% of their players are imported. Moving on, our strategy canvas to be, we'll be targeting video game partnerships as the NBL has yet to build brand presence in the video game market, facilitating an immense opportunity for growth. Our second priority would be the secondary entertainment market, due to the NBL's lack of brand integration within movies, music, and video games. Lastly, introducing NFTs to increase exposure in the social media and technological segments of the market. We've performed an ERRC analysis of our client's industry to determine the do's and don'ts of the NBL. Firstly, we're looking to increase NBL's social media presence, roster size, technology level, customer retention rates, and its brand awareness within the gaming industry. The factors we're trying to minimize are prices of tickets, cost of merchandise, operating costs, and the lack of information surrounding Australian basketball. We're seeking to create a refined watching experience for NBL programs with a positive and fun image. Additionally, we'd want to create opportunities in alternative industries as well. Finally, we're trying to eliminate consumers' need to stream alternative forms of entertainment and prioritize NBL's programs. Now, I'll be passing on to Kathan to elaborate on buyer's utility.
Hi guys, my name is Kathan Patel and today I'm going to share Buyer's Utility Map with you. Users who already possess the game will experience NBL's in-game feature for free, requiring no further financial input on the part of customers. As a result, the risk of purchasing game is reduced and the ease of convenience is established. The goal of integrated branding inside game was to emphasize NBL's entertainment value. NBL's program are associated with gamers' enjoyment, which will help us to have a fun image in market. So by the help of Blue Ocean strategy offering, customers' buying experience will be enhanced. Benefits to plan. I'll be presenting you the benefits that NBL and consumers will be getting, and I'll be using value innovation model for that. This model will help us by increasing the buyer's value and reducing the cost. NBL will be benefited by reducing the operational cost. We'll achieve that by decreasing the overall spending on mass marketing and increasing the technological standards that will help us to reduce salaries of our employees. By this, our customers will also be benefited as we'll be creating an enhanced viewing experience for our customers and will be targeting unexplored market and creating passion points among the audience. We'll be also expanding the talent roosters and increase the transparency between the game and the viewer. By this, we'll be removing the need to consume other content of competitors and brand awareness will be also increased. As mentioned earlier in ERRC model, we'll be also reducing the cost of our merchandise and making it more affordable to the large market. And by doing so, it will indirectly result in increasing brand awareness. Gantt chart. NBL team will need to do research at the beginning of implementation stage where they will spend a week on researching and all. After that, we'll be determining the right partners for our collaboration. After sorting the possible partners, we'll be sending the proposal to the game developers, which will take around a month for finalizing. After doing so, we will start working on our collab and we'll be partnering with Fortnite. We'll be creating characters of our top NBL players and we'll be digitalizing that. After that, we are planning to release the game in November as it is best for raising awareness before the season starts. And due to the summer break, students can play games much more effectively without any fears. Our social media marketing campaign and mascots will be going for a month and we'll be introducing NFTs giveaways in December as Christmas holidays will be going on and will be best time for releasing NFTs. And the collaboration will end on February. Financial budget. As stated here, our monthly income will be $200,000, in which we will be having three expenses to do. First, operational cost, in which we have to pay $20,000 for Fortnite for partnering with them. It will be one-time investment. After that, the rest of expenses will be recurring, like rent of venues, equipment costs, maintenance, and employee salaries. After that, we'll be spending a little on rebranding, as we have to rebrand according to our target market. We'll be creating a child-friendly tagline and we'll make changes to our website so it can be more entertainment focused. Lastly, we have our marketing costs. We'll be doing social media marketing. We'll spend the highest on Instagram as the majority of youth uses Instagram as their primary social media account. After that, we'll be targeting Facebook and YouTube ads, email marketing, and company mascots. Overall, a company monthly expenditure will be $96,000 for the first month initially, and the total profit per month will be generated nearly $100,000. I'll be passing you to Yiling for strategy 2.
Thanks, Kathan. So our second strategy will be targeted towards primary, secondary, and tertiary schools, with a focus on interactive sporting programs with students. These programs will run mostly in the spring and summer seasons during the school day, with many giveaways and prizes to be won. Additionally, we are looking to establish partnerships with companies like Student Beans, as this will assist the NBL in gaining exposure towards the target market. So to start off our Blue Ocean strategy tools, I will be addressing the three tiers of non-customers. We have decided to focus on Tier 2, the refusing non-customers. As you can see, these are consumers who are aware of NBL's existence, but have decided to avoid the programs either due to a lack of interest, an understanding of basketball, or simply not having the disposable income to follow the NBL. We wanted to target refusing non-customers because it is a market that is currently unexplored for the NBL, with significant opportunities in growth if and when our strategies are applied. Here we have our strategy canvas for as is and to be. Since Joe's has already gone over one of our major competitors, the Big Bash League, I will mostly compare the NBL with Netflix. Netflix has the advantage in national boundary and celebrity star power, while the NBL has a greater variety and generally cheaper pricing. Additionally, spectator engagement and its hospitality at live games is much greater as there are many more activities and performances to be viewed in person, with food and beverage options, while Netflix can only be viewed online. In the 2B canvas, you can see that with the implementation of K-12 partnerships, university programs, and student deals, the NBL will be way ahead of its competitors, as they have very limited to zero participation in these categories. We have proposed an ERRC framework to address our main goals with the strategy. Firstly, we want to raise brand awareness through our programs with K-12 and university students through participation in basketball as a required sport in schools, or providing giveaways and activities during O Week. By utilizing these strategies, we hope to also increase customer lifetime value with demand and profitability. Next, we want to reduce subscription and ticket price for students. This promotional strategy addresses the issues of disposable income for students, while gaining brand awareness and further sales through word of mouth. As a result, we predict that the NBL will be able to preserve more fans and subscriptions. Additionally, these programs create engagement with schools and universities while providing more affordable prices for students. Lastly, we want to eliminate competitor sports currently programmed in schools, with basketball associated participation. Also, to remove the consideration for other streaming services such as Netflix. So this is our value innovation diagram. In order to reduce operational costs, we will need to reduce spending on mass marketing and prioritize markets where there is a lot of room for growth. Additionally, in order to reduce NBL's marketing costs, we will also need to create an incentive to watch the NBL through school programs. On the other end, we aim to increase buyer value by providing more affordable prices and deals. We also wanted to create unlimited access through NBL TV with discounted prices for students. Removing the need for consumers to consider other brands is next. And lastly, increasing transparency of information regarding Australian basketball leagues. By addressing all these areas, we will be increasing the NBL's buyer value. This is the buyer utility map that we have developed. Currently, the NBL is already focusing on numerous utility levers. However, we wanted to expand and add additional offerings such as maintenance to customer productivity. NBL will be able to maintain customer involvement and productivity in basketball-related activities in school and university through our programs and events. Additionally, it will be more convenient to maintain involvement in the NBL through these programs and interacting with the sport of basketball on a weekly basis. The risk of purchase and maintenance of subscriptions and tickets from low-income students are also reduced due to a decrease of price for these services. Lastly, the delivery and procedure of our programs will be designed to be fun and interactive for all students. Next, we have developed a Gantt chart showing the procedures and time taken for the implementation stages. First, we will start our research on K-12 and university students around the start of September, which will last around 3 weeks. Next, we will determine the potential partners that we will be associated with, which will lead us to propose our programs towards these schools and universities. Afterwards, equipment and a team of representatives will be organized and selected to represent the NBL. These processes will last till the end of January 2023. Our programs in schools will start a few days afterwards, and announcements for prizes will be addressed. These sports programs will last about 3 terms, between February and August, with the winners of giveaways and prizes such as tickets, toys, and subscriptions to be announced at the end. Our market budget for this strategy will come from part of the NBL's income, which will cover its operational school and university program and marketing costs. Our total expenditure for 1 year of operation will cost $67,450, with a total profit loss of $132,550. Kumali will now explain our Blue Ocean strategy in more detail, starting with implementational strategies.
Thank you, Yilin. I will now be talking about the implementation strategies for our second pitch idea. Who is this strategy targeting? This strategy targets Gen Z between 5 and 21. So we're looking at primary, secondary, and university students. And what do we plan on doing? We actually have 2 collaborations that we've planned. The first one includes primary and secondary students, and the second one is related to university students. We've now kept in mind that these students are very like-minded, however, live very different lifestyles, and when considering incorporating them into NBL's viewership, we have to target them separately. And these stalls and these activities will be considered during school hours for primary and secondary students and during orientation weeks and university campus activities for uni students. And this makes accessibility really easy for our students because all activities will be initiated on campus, not requiring the students to travel externally, which we've identified is one of the main obstacles holding students and children back from participating in sports. Now, what you can see on your screen here is the implementation strategy that we've developed for schools. Now, this highlights the tools that our client requires to implement this in schools. This is a term schedule, and the activities will be running between week 2 and week 9. In the first week, we'll have an introduction. We'll have team members from active NBL teams visiting the school as ambassadors alongside a coach and miscellaneous merchandise that they'll be able to distribute to the students. Throughout week 3-4, we will be having game viewings and power play training where the children will be viewing the games and implementing these tactics that they've viewed via the guidance of a coach. In week 5, we'll be holding a mock game in preparation for the mid-season competition in week 6. Throughout the training, we will require a coach to visit schools, and for the mock game, we will have merchandise available for top stars, and the mid-session competition will be refereed by NBL players, and there will be prize merchandise and obviously a coach available on hand. Week 7 and 8 will also be resuming in training and play viewership, which will be run by a coach. And in week 9, we intend to hold a inter-school competition for basketball. This will be refereed by NBL players. There will be prize merchandise and tickets available for the winning team and school, as well as coaches on hand to guide the teams. Now, what you can see on your screen here is a screenshot from the UniDays website. We intend to establish a partnership between the NBL and UniDays to offer students, especially uni students, subscription discounts for online NBL viewership. We've got offerings such as KO, Foxtel Sports, and NBL for discounted tickets and merch. We also intend to raise awareness for the NBL by holding stalls at uni orientation weeks. Orientation weeks are a great opportunity for current and incoming students to interact with what the uni has to offer. By establishing a university basketball club sponsored by the NBL, we will be able to increase brand interaction. This won't require much from our clients. We require ambassadors to be present throughout the duration of O-Week stalls and be present during interactions throughout the semester and competitions that we intend to hold. Now, the ambassador's job will be to visit and referee and provide guidance to members of the basketball club and also hand out merchandise and prize tickets throughout the semester.